All right, welcome back. It's still Silverburst today, and of course, the Sugar of Lagos is still here, but I'm not alone. I'm being joined by two wonderful guests that will be talking about the fame, the fallouts, and all the breakups that actually happen around the entertainment from Afro beats to the gospel scene, wherever music actually takes us today. All right, so in the studio with me, I'm being joined by Akinyemi Ayinoluwa, an entertainment lawyer and the legal strategies. And he is one of the biggest lawyers in town, African leading voices in music law. In 2025, he was named the Billboard's top music lawyer list, recognizing his influence in shaping today's global music industry. He is the founder of High Tower Solicitors, a Lagos-based firm widely regarded as Africa's premier music law practice. All right, a former artist, a songwriter, Akinyemi is known for championing fair compensation, strong contracts, and the long-term wealth for artists behind the scenes creative across Africa. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you Akinyemi Ayinoluwa. Welcome to Silverburst today.
Thanks for having me.
I see your CV is long, and we're like, I'm sure watchers are like, hey, who is Akinyemi Ayinoluwa? You be telling us all about that real quick. All right, and of course, he's not alone. He's also been supported by another great lawyer in the house, an entertainment lawyer as well, Tope Salami. All right, a Nigerian-based legal practitioner, an entertainment and intellectual property law, and an ECOWAS youth ambassador called to Nigerian bar in 2014. He specializes in intellectual property, technology, and media entertainment. Law, litigations, and corporate transaction. He is the founder and principal partner of Whitestone Solicitors and Consultancy, a Lagos-based firm advising creatives, brands, and corporate agencies across multiple continents. All right. Tope also founded a Creative Yard, a platform dedicated to guiding creatives beyond talent towards long-term growth and success. So, gentlemen, welcome to Silverburst today. So
I'm pleased to be here.
Great. So now that we've gotten all of this out of the way, let's start off with what it takes to become an entertainment lawyer, because a lot of people just feel like, oh, okay, as a lawyer, you went to law school and you graduated. What does it take to become an entertainment lawyer? Is there a specific area you need to? Let's start with you, Akinyemi.
Yeah, I think there's no one single way
Okay.
to be an entertainment lawyer. I think it's a combination of so many factors.
Okay.
But I can suggest that by definition of who an entertainment lawyer is a lawyer working in entertainment. Some would find their way into a position to work in entertainment from being passionate about it.
From just being a lawyer, you find from the
you
passion.
have to be a lawyer first.
That's a lawyer first. Okay,
Then
cool.
you're passionate enough, and then you want to be of service to the industry. And then some people would go into that space by maybe acquiring the specific qualification.
Okay.
Maybe by doing a master's degree or doing programs that would deepen their knowledge of the entertainment industry.
Okay.
And then when they have the qualification, and they go back to the industry and they, provide the service.
Yeah.
For me, the way I found my way into what I do now is because of my background as an ex-artist.
We're going to talk about that as well.
Yeah. So that is how I found my way. But I have colleagues who, they had to get the qualification.
Okay.
And many other people had to do it like I did it, which is, we love it.
Yeah.
And then we started, getting the information, being a part of the community. And then we started providing the service.
Interesting. All right, back to you, Salami. So 2025 was a great year. I mean, we cannot dive into 2026 without talking about what went down 2025. All right, so we'll focus on the fame, the fights, and the fallouts of from Afrobeat. Yes, Triple F.
Triple F.
All that happened in 2025, even from the Afrobeat scene to the gospel scene to wherever. We're just going to talk about that real quick. All right, so we'll kickstart today with Nigerian artists versus the record label. We'll focus on, let's start off with the Mercy Chinwo and Easy, the record label drama and all of this right now. So let's talk about that real quick. What do you think actually went wrong from the onset when they had that whole contract and the whole, we only got to see what was happening when they started coming on social media and we started hearing, oh, this one did this one did that. What do you think was wrong in all of this?
Well, thank you very much. I think what was wrong would be the structure from onset. Yeah. And when I say the structure, I mean something must have, been established to guide the relationship of both parties, which is easily traceable to the contract. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, in most cases, you would see party A saying, "Oh, someone has stolen from him." You will see party B saying, "No, we didn't steal from you. These are the amounts made, and we spent this on XYZ." Yeah. I am seeing the structure because whether we like it or not, there are certain things that a proper contract, should naturally, provide. Part of these things would be statements with regards to expenses. Yeah. Another one would be approval for certain expenses.
Okay.
Meaning that, maybe quarterly, maybe monthly, the label sends the statement of expenses, what has been spent so far to the artist. Maybe before spending certain amount of money, the label probably sends an email.
Okay.
To the artist to say, okay, we want to do X, Y, Z,
Yeah.
we need you to approve this,
Okay, the artist needs to approve before.
I mean,
is it compulsory?
So, I mean, there are labels that would just do it without, the artist approving, But we are in this field. We keep learning every day.
Every day, yeah.
And when I say we keep learning every day, we keep hearing of, fights,
Yeah.
We keep investigating what must have caused this particular fight, So if label A, label B, label C, if they've got issues with, their respective creatives, it is just normal that, okay, we investigate. Oh, label A, it is similar to transparency. Label B, maybe the creative is saying, no, I did not incur this. You did not tell me before spending this. So when we see this, then we now pay attention to, okay, it is not just money alone now. It is not just respect. It is now transparency. It is now accountability. And that is why most of us are now saying certain things must be in the contract. They appear very minute, but trust me, they are one of the most important ingredients in that contract. Send your statements out. Let the artist know that, okay, this is what he or she has spent. Your artist must have the right to an auditor, to a proper accountant, not the accountant or auditor of the label right now. Because at the end of the day, we are all humans. Forget the whole contract. So for me, I think the structure is very important. And another thing that we don't pay attention to is the lack of precedence, which we can now trace to the adjudication process. But plus and minus, if you trace anything happening between label and the creative, if it's not about money, it's about transparency and accountability. Recoupables, this, that, and at the end of the day, I just push everything to the structure. Because when the structure is well, put in place, I believe that fights will happen. But these will be reduced. When there are precedents, in fact, creatives label would sit tight because you know that, if anything happens, this person can take you to court within 3 months, 6 months, this person gets judgment. Trust me, everybody will sit tight.
Yeah. All right, so back to you, Akiemi. So there was an alleged $345,000 unpaid royalties. Messi actually was alleging that Easy owed her, and there was also the EFCC arrest of Easy Concepts as well. Now, the question I really wanted to find out was because Easy also laid claims to the fact that that Messi was allegedly performing shows and not remitting to him as well. So, is this a situation of a failed contract, or was this something that was supposed to be a verbal arrangement? Or what do you think really happened, transpired between the both parties?
Yeah, I think just like in any relationships, all kinds of relationships, there will be occasions where people disagree. There will be occasions where there are disputes, and there's nothing strange in situations such as this. And what we usually advise as lawyers is when these things start to happen, you're able to quickly try to resolve it. So for me, if a party is saying, I'm going to hold on to royalties because you've also failed to live up to your promises, although you might see it as self-help, I think the best way to diffuse tensions and make sure this doesn't get to social media and the assassination of reputation is avoided, is that you quickly try to resolve it. And I'm sure in most contracts that we draft now, there is always the opportunity to try to amicably settle things. So that is what I think should be the vehicle for ensuring that people can go into business and prosper together. And even when there are disputes, things are usually quickly resolved.
All right. So quick one. So we're gonna dive away from the Messi Chinwo and Easy Concept story right now. Then we'll move to the Omalay's contract and all of that. But we still we just put both of them together. So in Omalay's case, right? So we woke up one morning and we realized that Omalay has parted ways with his record label. At first, we didn't hear from him on social media. He deleted everything, and this brings me to the nature of contracts. So when an artist, you as an artist before, so when signing a contract, you see some of the labels will tell you, go check it out with your lawyer. And also the label has their own lawyer, right? So is there some form of, harmony when it comes to, when the lawyer says, hey, look, we're not comfortable with this or we're comfortable with this. So which of the lawyers right now does the artist go with when it comes to slavery contracts? Because sometimes this artist sees the contract and they know that this contract is, they say, I'm going to spend 12 years and give them 12 albums. They know it's unreal, it's not doable, but because of the money involved or the figure, quote unquote, the personality involved, they want to jump on it. So at what point does the lawyer comes in to say, hey, look, this is not favorable. This is not what you're supposed to be signed. So which of the lawyers now advises the artist? Is it the label's lawyer or does the artist have his own personal lawyer?
For me, I think if you're going into business, it's best you lean on the advice of people that know better than you do. And if it's a transaction where two people are exchanging promises, it's best that they are leaning on proper legal representation. The artist should have his own lawyer. The label should have, a own lawyer as well. So, and also you mentioned that, I don't know, should we say allegedly now?
Allegedly.
Because from the Omalay situation, sometimes when artists are doing things, sometimes I think they're erratic. Sometimes I think they are being unreasonable. And sometimes I think because they are now so powerful and influential, they can become bullies. And sometimes I think they're just trying to promote something.
Okay, cool. That's
so
another angle,
an associate of a talent like Omalay is tweeting something is unfair, I do not give it a lot of attention or credence, because I'm also thinking this is from the perspective of Omalay. Whatever information Omalay has related to the associate or the understanding that the associate has, is the foundation for the whatever the tweets.
Exactly. Yeah.
If the associates of the label are also saying something, your guess is as good as mine. You also speak in favor of the label and say, hey, this is one of the best contracts ever.
Yeah.
So I think it's a subjective situation. But again, I would like to stress that every talent, if you're watching, you must lean on your own legal representation, independent of the label's representation or advice.
Okay.
The label is going to want what is best for them.
Okay.
The artist should also want the same.
So you're telling me that an artist is allowed to have his own personal lawyer, so his own lawyer can interface with the label's lawyer at the same time and come to an agreement.
That's what we suggest at all times.
Oh, okay, cool stuff. So back to slave contracts, where you get to have artists signing contracts. So can an artist sue a label after signing a slave contract, knowing that I signed it maybe out of Durex or out of I just wanted to blow, quote unquote. And maybe after like 5 years, you're like, man, this is unrealistic. I want out. Then probably sue for exploitation. Can an artist actually do that?
Yeah. So we need to understand that the document binding the artist and the label is a contract.
It's a contract, yeah.
Meaning that the same law, the same rule, applies to that type of contract.
Yeah.
Because it is not a contract of buying and selling. That doesn't mean that the same, rule that applies. That doesn't mean the general rule will not apply. So in law, there are what we call vitiating, factor, or factors. If these factors are present, of course, the artist can challenge, the label.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Part of the factors will be maybe I think duress, misrepresentation, and co. Yeah. Of course. The artist, just like any other human being, can challenge the other party once it falls under one of the vitiating factors. Yeah.
All right. So we're in March, right? So 2025 was a whole, I'll say a whole pot of beans because there were a whole lot. It took a while. So in March 2025, the whole YBNL and Ashake, news that also broke.
Everyone was cooking.
Everyone was just like, oh man, I needed to go. So I saw this as bigger labels trying to fish out some, smoke out some smaller labels or swallow them and all of that. So what happens to contracts when, you sign an artist, all right, and the bigger labels comes on ground? Does the label have to pay off that label, or is based on the artist's choice and say, hey, look, man, this is what I owe? Just walk me through it real quick, Akiemi.
I think with contracts, it's a principle in law that there has to be certainty. For commerce to thrive, there has to be certainty. And one of the ways by which we can have certainty is if I make promises and you make promises and we shake hands on it, and we reduce our intentions into writing, and we agree to be bound by the promises we made. So if you're an upcoming talent and the label has invested so much in you, spent time, spent money, hired people, sometimes they go as far as even getting funding outside of the label to prosecute your campaign so that you can, arrive at the big stage.
Sure.
And now you slowly continue your journey, and then you suddenly arrive.
Yeah.
And then when you arrive, the common practice is usually that a lot of people start to see how fantastic you are. And they might want to take you away from the platform that brought you to the consciousness of the people. For me, I believe if there are no vitiating factors, if there are no occurrences that will give room to you saying, hey, the label hasn't lived up to the promises they made. The promises they made, they've not been, up and running, ensuring that all the promises are, manifesting. Then, I do not think, for the sake of commerce, for the sake of this thriving ecosystem of the Nigerian music industry, where, we're still in the building phase.
Yeah.
To preserve the sanctity of the contracts and to preserve commerce and prosperity.
Sure.
I believe everybody has to, do what is right by the other people that they go into contract with.
Yeah.
And make sure that they, stay till the end of the term of the contract.
Right. Yeah.
When the contract has run its course, then they can step out of that into other things. But because we've seen cases where people step out of the contract and the label is just going to collapse.
Most of the time.
And then the founders of the label are disillusioned, they're frustrated, and they're unable to replicate what they've done in the past.
Exactly, yeah.
And then they go out of business. We don't want to see that happen. We want to see companies thrive, people invest in talent in Nigeria, and they're encouraged to still find the funding, get the human resource to make it happen, and continue to develop the local pool of talents.
So let's talk business. Yeah, if there's an artist, there's a label. Yeah.
Yeah.
The label has invested in the artist.
Yeah.
From the locals. Yeah. Now, the bigger labels, the Sony, the Warner, let's say they've noticed the artist, based on what the label has done, and the label now comes to say, oh, we're interested in this artist, I don't belong to the school of thought that would say, oh, you need to remove the local label, of that picture.
Oh, okay.
No. I belong to the school of thought that would say, okay, label, why not run a JV?
Oh, okay.
With this major.
Okay, yeah.
You are running a JV with the major. The artist is there.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's a matter of money. It's a matter of numbers.
Yeah.
Let's assume the local label has 70%, of income made by the creative.
Yeah.
Realistically, if a major is coming, it means the label would definitely not earn their 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
But trust me, I would rather take 5% of $1 million.
Yeah, of course.
Than take 70% of 50 million naira.
50 million naira, exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean,
you still end up spending for other.
Yes. So for me, it depends on the contract. Yeah. Oh, if the label owns the masters, fantastic. Yeah. I belong to the school of thought that anything is possible in this world, particularly in the business world. Meaning that, in fact, that particular transaction might be like the great thing for the local label to also step up. Do JV.
But I also think it should be at the discretion of, the labels. Because what we now find is the bigger guys that have the money to spend on international clouds, sometimes they prize away your biggest artists.
Exactly, yeah.
And they entice them to get out of the contract, which is something that I think it's happening too often. But I share the same sentiment. If there's a way that the international players can help scale what is going on locally, just like we have with the Maven guys, then I think we should encourage them.
Is this same thing happening to YBNL and Empire? Is it a JV thing, or is it because some people just feel like, because you hear some people on the show, Ashake has left YBNL, it's now with Empire, it's now with this, now with that, whatever. So is there some form of joint venture between YBNL where Ashake is right now?
So I want to believe for every business that knows what it's doing, the JV should be the easiest thing, because it sort of lessen or reduces the burden on the local label, meaning that two persons or two companies in the same line of business have come together to do what? To push the talent. So I want to believe that for any company that actually probably know what they're doing, a JV should be the easiest thing. However, I think this would also be the chance to also say that the legal representative of the creatives of the label, also determine a whole lot.
All right.
Yeah. Cool. And I'm using this opportunity to say, because it's crazy that you just see some people, they'll be like, oh, I'm an entertainment lawyer. You cannot be an entertainment lawyer because you know how to play keyboard or because you know how to, or because you listen to music.
Music. And you probably spend a lot of years.
And you know the funny thing? The funny thing is that the label chief might just be a guy that loves music or maybe loves helping people and, oh, the law, Alpha now, can you do this, blah, blah. Before you know it, the law is there. Maybe the law that is just, maybe that will be the first contract, you know, of the law. And the thing is, there is the contract part, and there is the practice part.
True.
There's the practice part. I mean, myself and Akinyemi have probably done opposing ends. We've never been the same thing. That's been opposing. And it's my Oga.
I would love to hear that.
It's my Oga, So now, when I pick up my phone and I speak to the lawyer on the other side, I already know the kind of lawyer the person is.
Okay. Oh,
I already know. So, you're telling me your name is ABC. ABC. We know ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, this person is not an entertainment lawyer, though. Like I put something, pepper. And the person is also scared of being intimidated. The person is, you see the person, go on Google, chat,
especially that is
everything. Now, I'm making a decision from the talent development of the creative. I'm also making a decision from the business side of it. But the person is making a decision based on different opinions, what
he feels Google should be.
Different opinions on Google, or maybe Copyright Act says this.
Says this,
I mean, a Copyright Act that was made. I mean, I tell people.
So that's where the contract and the practice.
I tell people our laws here, they are analog. They are like they were made or they are made for the analog era.
Exactly.
Sadly, myself and Akinyemi were somewhere 2 weeks ago. This was, part of the things we were discussing. You cannot make laws made for the analog era can never govern the digital era.
Right. So quick one. So before we go off on a break here, because here in Nigeria we used to using the security agencies to terrorize artists or record label bosses and all of that. At what point, does an artist have the right to arrest a record label manager, or a record label manager or a boss have the right to arrest, an artist using security agencies like EFCC? Most of the time we get to see before we're calling EFCC. We saw that in the case of Easy and Mercy Chinwo, and let's not forget P Square Brothers as well. We'll get into that. We'll come back from the break. But in the meantime, real quick, in one sentence, at what point does an artist or a record label boss have the right to involve EFCC instead of probably just going to court?
Okay. Yeah, for me, I don't think most of the time people set out to arrest people.
Okay.
But again, if you want to initiate criminal proceedings, you probably have the inclination to think the law has been broken in a way. There's been an infraction. And you think the law should, take its due course. You make a complaint with the relevant authorities, and then you invite for questioning. So I don't think most of the time these disputes are set out to bully and defame and destroy other people. I usually think there is the inclination or the suggestion or the persuasion that there's been an infraction and they would want the authorities to. But again, on the flip side, we've seen it blown out of proportion for the PR effect. So to my mind, I'm always thinking somebody thinks something is wrong and they've filed a complaint and they've invited people, and then when there is more than enough evidence to really support the complaint, then the authorities will think, is this something we should pursue? And then it is in their realm to whether to pursue it or not.
All right. All right. So sorry, we just hold that thought right there. So we're off on a break, and when we get back, all right, we'll continue this wonderful discussion. So we're taking a look at entertainment law, and of course, as it concerns entertainment and all that went down in the year 2025. And of course, so you have a whole lot to learn as we proceed to 2026. And when we get back, we'll walk you through what really went down. You know, the whole P Square mixing family and business, you know, friends and business, especially when it comes to entertainment in the year 2025. We'll be right back. Off on a break. All right, welcome back. It's still Silverbrush today, and I still have my two wonderful guests in the studio with me, both entertainment lawyers. And let's kickstart this one now with the whole drama, the whole P Square drama. So, mixing family and business when it comes to entertainment, where you have, in the case of P Square, you had the brother as their manager, and both of them were doing business together. They had their own accounts and all of that. So, let's take a look at the whole thing that transpired later when Peter came out and accused the other brothers of owing over $2 point something million was taken out of the account. So some people saw that as a PR stunt for the P Square brothers to come back, and some saw that as, you know, this was a failed contract. What do you think really happened there? It transpired.
Okay.
Yeah.
So generally, people would say blood is thicker than water.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. I believe that principle, but then when it comes to business, it is good to avoid emotions. Yeah. Meaning that in as much as people would say, oh, your family must do this, your family must be in the business together.
Of course, yeah.
I don't belong to the school of thought.
Yeah.
Because I believe emotions at one point, you know, or the other will set in. Yeah. For them, P Square, what probably went wrong would be that from onset, they were seeing themselves as brothers.
Yeah.
The eldest. Or the elder, the elder. Twins, I'll be their one. So the elder, the elder was probably seeing himself as an elder brother.
Yeah.
Who
was supposedly their manager as well.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposedly. It was the manager.
He was the manager.
Yeah.
No, he was the manager, but then there was this, you know, emotional part of it, like, oh, these are my younger brothers. Yeah. Regardless, he would always see himself as the elder brother. Yeah. Now, the creatives too, there's the emotional part of, this is my elder brother, or this is my elder brother, And also, there is the part of, now we they sing, Now, waiting with suppose they get be this.
Yeah.
You know, whether we like it or not, any circle, where any circle that will give birth to a possible emotion, is not good for business. So for me, I think one of the things that went wrong was they saw themselves as brothers rather than businessmen. And when you see yourself as brothers in that nature, you would know that you would have the belief that regardless of what happens, we would always, you know, get it solved. Yes, you might have solved certain stuff, but at the same time, you need to know that the people you call brothers to are speaking to other people. The people you call brothers to, they are seeing how things are working out. How things are done elsewhere. And because of the whole, you know, family ties, which is actually very beautiful. Disrespect, whether we like it, once in a while will be coming in.
Of course.
I mean, we wouldn't like to mention names, but trust me, there are times you are outside and you'd see an artist speaking to his manager or a manager, and you'll be like, is this not the person that me am adoring from afar? See how these artists are spoken to. I mean, I was somewhere one day, the artist spoke to the manager, older, and the manager was crying. As in, the manager was Legit, the manager was crying.
I mean, reality.
These are behind the scenes reality. You will hear, now me, hey, if not for work, my firstborn, my firstborn is 1 year or 2 years older than the person. Yeah, no emotions in this thing. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Treat it as business. As business. When you need help, look for reliable consultants. Yeah, which I want to believe they didn't. Based on what I said in answering the first question on this show, everything still went back to the contract. We all saw the contract. And in my head, I was like, how come?
Yeah. So talking about the contract now, sorry to cut you right there. So back to Akiyemi. So is it fair to have that type of contract where you, the manager, earns the same thing as your artist? Because what we saw was that, both Jude and the twin brothers were earning, when they get whatever income comes in, they split it into 3 ways. Jude gets the same thing, whatever any of the P-Square brothers are actually getting. Legally, is that right, or is still the whole family thing coming into it?
Legally, I think you are bound by what you agreed to.
Okay.
And contracts are documentations of promises that have been exchanged. You will do this, I will do this, you will do this. And then, perhaps, at the inception, maybe the contract was fit for purpose. For example now, can we have a P-Square if allegedly Jude did not handle a couple of stuffs? Not a couple, a lot of stuffs at the inception. Because many times, just like Tokwe said, we are all building things together. Yeah, we started as brothers, and then it started prospering, blossoming, and then started becoming a thing. Yes, we were naive, we're passionate, we loved it, and then we set out on a journey. And maybe at that time it was, okay, this guy was already a graduate. It could have been anything. He could have been working in oil and gas or banking or finance or anywhere. But he believed in his younger brothers as twin brothers that were talented.
Yeah.
And then all the monies he was making, he sold his car, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then he invested. He was the angel investor.
Of course, yeah. And also
to start the journey.
The music video director.
And also the music video. So there are many things that could have made us think, okay, at the inception, this was a fair split. But now, how do you move past that? Maybe the arrangement there was fit for that time. But now, 10 years later, these guys are bona fide superstars. They're married. And immediately you're married. You have a new consultant.
Definitely.
Somehow, even if the person is your blood brother. And then maybe you lay on your couch or your pillow and then you're thinking, your new consultant is going to be telling you like, hey, for you guys are the ones, I'm not suggesting that is the case.
Yeah.
But what, like you said, as you start to grow, just like anybody, we're all metamorphosizing. Sorry, if there's any... I pronounce that.
You are forgiven. You are forgiven. Don't worry.
We're all mutating somehow. We're all progressing. We're all changing.
Yeah.
And we're meeting people. We're getting advice. We're getting more exposed. We're traveling. We're consulting with people. How can I get more from what I'm doing? And then new ideas are coming in. And you must, you must reconcile the new you with maybe what you were doing before. And sometimes these things bump heads, and if you're not able to accommodate things and talk it over, maybe sit down with your big bro. And maybe they've done it, but the big bro is still seeing you as the little bro. And who knows? That just really, really affected.
All right, great conversations we're actually having right here. So we're off on another break. When we get back, we will take a dive into defamation, ambassadorial deals, brand damage, and all that happens. Focus, the band was in that space as well. So when we get back, we'll talk about this as well. All right, be right back. All right, welcome back. It's still Silverbrush today, and still talking about entertainment and the laws. In case you just think entertainment was just that thing you go to and you just you play around and come back, you actually lost to these things. And there's the law side we're here to talk about. And I've got Akiyemi and Tokla in the studio. Great, both entertainment lawyers. So let's talk about the whole Mr. Real, the band. I've actually invited Mr. Real for an interview, so I need to hear his own side of the story because he seems very pained. He's accused the band of some, ambassadorial deal that never went through, a 20 million ambassadorial deal allegation, criminal defamation and lawsuits and all of that. And all this happened November 2025, legal dispute emerged between Mr. Real and the band and all of that. So what do you think, again, because all these things will boil down to, is there supposed to be a contract when it comes to ambassadorial deal when you already have a contract with probably maybe with a label?
Talk about myself.
Okay, let's start with you now. Yeah.
So I think with Mr. Real, I think the foundation for his recent media campaign is that he's disgruntled, he's disappointed, and he's taking out his frustration on the band. That's the way I see it.
Oh, okay.
At the start of his coming to limelight, or from the story he's been telling, because I actually listened to one of the interviews, I think his expectations were not met, and that has just really, really affected him. I think the story would have been different if he had used the opportunity to become something else, and he's probably still making money.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes when people don't make money, it is easier, to just latch on to that bad deal or bad relationship from 4, 5, 6 years ago. And just to conclude on this, I think everybody that is stepping into entertainment, yes, you're naive, yes, you're seeing a bigger star as more established and they can help you. The only sure thing sometimes will be when there is a clear promise to you. In this case, I do not think there's a clear promise. Yes, he's assuming that certain things should come to him because he was also giving some favors to the band.
Right. Yeah.
Because the band will say, hey, according to him, the band will say, come and do this for me.
Yeah.
And he felt for doing this, he was entitled to a couple of things in return. And when he didn't get those things, it has led to, all this social media campaign.
All right, so
that's what I think.
Yeah. So what happens when it comes to a situation where there's now a social media outcry, and the other party sees it as I choose to be silent, or maybe I cry to the authorities. So who's right in that case? So is it the person doing the social media outcry or the person who's going to the authorities?
Well, I don't think anybody is right. Not until we hear from, all sides. Someone that has gone, to the social media to cry or to express his or her opinion, about a particular thing.
Yeah.
At that particular point in time, I don't see the person being right. Yeah. And I'm still not in a position to adjudicate. I'm not the court. Yeah. But my advice is, if you feel bad about something, particularly when it has to do with responsibilities, duties, transactions, or anything, business dealing. If you feel that something has not been done, trust me, the courts are opened. Yeah, go to the court, do the right thing. I feel if we can all obey certain provisions of the law, our cyberspace will be more sane. Yeah, almost every day you are up in this country. There is one thing or the other. Yeah, and when you look at these things, the foundational problem has to do with a system that is not working well. A system that is not operating the way it is meant to operate. I've seen people who would say, oh, it's not that they don't know that they are meant to go to court. Yeah. But they know, or they have an idea of what will happen when they get to court.
So they rather just blow it out of proportion.
And what will happen when they get to court is that the matter would be delayed unnecessarily. Yeah. And trust me, there's a popular adage that says, I'll try my best to put it in English. Yeah. If only everybody can see what one or two persons are going through, but then you cannot see because the person they wear clothes, and because their skin day, you know, physical. Meaning that someone you are saying, oh, go to court, oh, the person is already calculating 1 year, or 2 years, or 3 years, and the person's landlord just left his premises to say, oh man, Mr. Man, your rent is due. So definitely such a person, you know, will be under pressure to at least try, you know, other means, which in most cases I do not support, but then it is what it is.
All right, so we're actually having fun, and let's see if we can take this right now. Daddy Yankee and Rafa Pina. So in December 2025, we had an issue where allegations of millions was actually diverted in royalties. We also had the manager accused of breach of contracts. We also have court-based civil lawsuit, international standard case that mirrors Nigerian issues. So this is in the global space right now. Some people tend to feel that the way some of these issues are handled globally is different from the way Nigerians actually handle it. Maybe we on the other side tend to be a little bit, like we said, we drag things, and you know. So, but let's juxtapose the two together right now. So where do you think we're actually getting it wrong, or is it just a mere fallacy, mere saying?
So, just like Akinyemi had, you know, said earlier, we are in a system that is still growing. Meaning that it might be bad to compare some systems. Because the system that is grown now was once a system that was growing then. So to me, I just think that what has gone wrong and what went wrong, or what is wrong with our own system in fact, it's not one thing. Number one, enforcement. At the end of the day, oh, you do this, you've written this, you've written that. By the time you want to enforce your rights, except you are super calm, that is when you would say, oh, you want to go to court. Aside from that, we lack the necessary expertise. Some of us are experts, but the question is, how many of us are experts?
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, it is growing. We are trying our best to develop that field. But then I just feel that the more experts we have, the better. The more structure we have, the better. And the truth is, the structure cannot be better until we put the people that know what they are doing in some of these very sensitive government roles. If that is not done, trust me, 1999 we got democracy. Trust me, since that time to date, as far as the creative ecosystem is concerned, we've been moving around the same circle.
So basically, the more structure, the more experts, and the more of government. Do you think the government, Bakshaki, do you think the government has a role to play in this, real quick?
Yeah, of course. I think an enabling environment will help. And I think in different ways, there's been several attempts. You know, there's been several attempts. There are consultation forums springing up where, you know, they're working to get a solid creative industry policy for Nigeria. It's not all doom, but like you said, it's still a growing ecosystem. And there are efforts to make it better. And I believe, hopefully, we have more we have more practical solutions that will help scale whatever we have going on.
All right, so final words to every artist out there right now watching who feels like, man, there's a whole lot to unbundle. All right, how do I navigate my way? Do I need to get a lawyer first before I get into music? And all of these things that's happened, and it's a lesson for all of us for 2025. I mean, moving to 2026, what's the takeaways for any artist, watching right now?
I think beyond the creative side of the business, you must understand the music business itself, where you play a role in the ecosystem of everything going on. And I think your education is going to affect the quality of your decision making. And that is something you should pay extra attention to in 2026. That's my own takeaway.
Yeah. So mine is you need to take it as a profession rather than hobby. When you take it as a profession, you are doing it as if your life, depends on it.
Depends on it, yeah.
And trust me, when you are doing something as if your life depends on it, nobody will tell you that you as a creative or you as someone in the creative business, nobody will tell you need certain experts in your team. So, I mean, for me, take it as a profession, and the sky will be your starting point.
Of course, the sky will be your starting point. So this just tells us that from contracts to courtrooms, 2025 reminded us that talent without legal knowledge is a risk. All right. So big thanks to Akinyemi and Tope for joining me. All right.
Thanks for having us.
We should do this. We should do this like probably maybe monthly, just to educate all the viewers out there right now. All right. So this is still Silverbirch today. Stay informed, stay protected, and see you next time.